Are you wondering if these cheap power meters are actually any good? Well, yep, I have some great news. So when you look online, you will probably see either this model or this model. And I have had this blue one with these blue buttons actually in past. So I used it for like over 5 years, I think, before I plugged in something faulty and it basically messed up. But it was working flawlessly for, again, I simply destroyed it myself. So, and I purchased this one, and in functions and performance they are pretty much identical, so it doesn't really matter which one you get, simply get the cheapest one. So it actually performs very good, the build quality is actually really decent, so it doesn't feel flimsy basically, but obviously it's not the most premium of all of them, but it's cheap, durable, and it does the job perfectly fine. Also, it does have an internal battery inside as well, so you can see maybe a bit of specs here if you want to pause it. Anyway, yep, internal battery, so you do not have to replace the battery, and if the power disappears, your data won't get lost. So you can count your kilowatt hours, how much it has consumed, and basically the only negative probably is it doesn't counts how much kilowatt hours it consumed in which day. So it simply adds up and keeps counting up basically. So you simply have to manually write somewhere down when you actually plug this in, and then divide by days if you want, for example, check a power consumption of something over maybe a week. So it simply adds up to the one number. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's plugged in, and it's actually measuring some electricity. I do not have much light here, but hope you can understand. So it can actually measure, as you can see, for example, 11.1 watts, and you can see it actually changes how much it consumes as well very frequently. So if we click the function again, total kilowatt hours used since reset, your voltage that basically comes from your socket, amps, basically what was the lowest power consumption basically since you plugged it in or reset it, and also the highest power consumption it has recorded since you have reset it. And that's pretty much it. Also, if you want to, you can also set cost per 1 kilowatt hour, and then to also calculate and basically tell you how much this actually costs you if you want to do that, but you have to do that, reset it basically. Then if you want to reset it, you basically need to get something like very tiny and hold this pin basically, maybe like a pencil, so simply stab it over in the reset hole, and it will reset all this basically data on it. Also, you can set up your time here as well. Anyway, yep, I can actually highly suggest these devices, and again, I used the previous one for literally 5 years before I actually destroyed it myself, so it wasn't the fault of this device, I simply, yeah, I'm a fool basically myself. By the way, if you're also looking at these smart sockets that can measure your power consumption, the cheap ones, Chinese ones, do not purchase these are absolutely terrible. So this is actually much better. Maybe if you purchase some very good brand, maybe something like TP-Link, something like that, maybe that will be good. But if you see this type of device, so there are a lot of brands that uses this design, so avoid these are absolutely terrible. They do not even count your correct electricity consumption. A lot of times they lag, you can't often connect to them, and again, completely avoid these are absolutely terrible. These need to be thrown in the trash, while this one is absolutely great. Okay, good luck everyone. By the way, I paid personally like $6 or $7 for this, so don't overpay, they are very cheap. So maybe if it costs like $10 then okay, but some sellers actually ask you like $20 and over, that's a scam. These cost like $5 or $6. So again, they are very inexpensive actually, and does the job perfectly fine, and yeah, overall decent quality as well. Good luck.